that in the north. Show me where people are prospering and industries. Unemployment is not in the north. Show it to me in the south. There's none. But politicians give excuse because it's from here. What we want now to
politicians will still tell you a lot more. But the bottom line is that it is all going, or let me say it is all coming back to one thing: keeping Nigeria's status quo in place for the interest of the owners of Nigeria, who are actually pulling the string behind the scene. And then, the frustrated citizens jumping into the bandwagon. And this is the time they will tell you everything you want to hear. This is the time they're going to tell you that Nigeria unity is real, and all manner of things that they will put onto you and say you should make it happen. But the bottom line is that you are just participating in extending the misery, in extending the death trap that Nigeria actually represents. But my purpose is to, keep everyone informed enough to understand the old jagbajantis, as they call them, their politics, so to say, and understand your choice. At the same time, be courageous enough to be responsible for them. Because most of you, after all of this emotional roller coaster, political this and that, when the whole thing comes down, you always kind of look for who to blame. Eventually, anyway, but we'll get to that part. The Tifnumbu boys are out, like I said, and they were in Rivers State earlier today. But before I get to that part, I actually would love to hear or show you the part where that Yusuf Datti is also making his own one Nigeria statement. This country, this country, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Let it be on record too. Continue.
It's not oil, it's agriculture. It's production. Kano and Kaduna is processing center. We will unlock what the ports can do in Port Harcourt, the transshipment port, that can generate enough income. That can do the shoe and the clothing that Vietnam is doing at any $something billion a year. It must stop. This country must produce. And that's what we're going to do. That's what Datti comes with his background. It doesn't, I can't have PhD in economics for nothing. It is to be utilized. Coming from that background, he's been a successful businessman. As a private sector, I want both of us to leave the confines of our success in private sector and do it in the public. That's what we're going to do. Finally, my dear people, I will show you the team. And as I'm looking around, I'm seeing members of the team around here. It's not just going to be two of us. It's not our election. It's not your election. Yes. It is Nigeria. Yes. The structures are you. Those who tell you we will take back our country. Correct. And let the we will convert them into the structures now. The structures will be our structure. Yes. They will follow us. Yes. So my dear people, let me once again introduce and present Senator Dr. Datti Baba Ahmed.
is our own. Labour Party is our party. Nigeria go better. When Labour Party come there one more time.
Labour Party is our own.
Labour Party is our party. Nigeria go better. When Labour Party come the rule. Please, may we take our seat? Please, let's take our seats. At this point in time, I want to invite.
I now have the honor and privilege to raise the hand of the president, the incoming president, and the vice president of the Federal Republic of
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the love of nation. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the party makes us strong. Labour Party. Please, let's have the incoming Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Dr. Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, to make a remark to us. Thank you.
In the name of Almighty Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Chairman of Labour Party, sir, and your honorable and capable executives, by the grace of Almighty Allah, the next President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, friends, associates, the media force, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to begin by uploading my endless praises to Almighty Allah, who gives power to who He wills, when He wills, and how He wills. I thank Almighty Allah for bringing us to where we are and what we are doing here and now. More so, I remain ever so grateful and indebted to my leader, my principal, my president to be.
That's so.
And his team, who worked diligently, researched, and found me.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
No carry us, Bobo. And to you, my obedient viewers, Mokuna no to get carried away. Here is the point. Number one, it doesn't really make any sense, right? For those who know Mayegun and the Mayegun's friends to come on to Mayegun's diary political and come they act surprised, right? That Mayegun no support your election, no support PDP, no support APC. We can't bring Peter Obi now. What exactly does this Mayegun want? I'll tell you. What I want is that a moment a day that when we say we won't do election for president, it will be the president of Yoruba nation that oversees the affairs of the people of Yoruba land without the interference or any association by colonialism at all in the picture. Do you get what I mean now? And then why are you talking about Nigeria then? That is where some of you are not smart. That's what I want. And I haven't gotten that yet. Does not mean that the current one that exists, which is what they drag all of us into, whatever you do, listen, anything that happens in that contraption, okay, every one of us associated as Nigerian from that place will be affected. Do you get it now? So which simply means, right, you have chosen, some of you have chosen that your solution is how to fix Nigeria is to get this. Good for you. There are people who believe that Biafra is what we want. Good for them too. In my own book, I know say no be so it be for everybody book, you see. Everybody they walk out with a broken bottle for back. With left like this with broken bottle. Come they hold down like say they be friendly people. Oh, how are you, my brother? How are you in a lie? Any chance like this, make them come on the broken bottle, shook you. I damn again. That is what Nigeria represents in my own book. But if I say I'm not going to be part of this charade, or we are not going to be part of the charade, which is what we are on Mayegun's Diary Political, because we've seen through it, yeah? No, they come here, come they act surprised. Don't come here, come they act like, waiting they speak through you, that Nigerianness speaking through you, that you are so passionate about, that all those things you are typing are the ones that are going to now convince us or change our mind. Even if you abuse me, I've told you many times, it doesn't really count anymore. I count that as your reaction to waiting you feel like, say, it's comfortable or not. But one thing I want to say is that, it doesn't make any sense, okay? For you to know that this is Mayegun, then you can't come on to Mayegun's diary, can't they ask, hey, Mayegun, what exactly do you want? Or Mayegun, why don't you come back home and come and fight it for us? These are just kind of a stupid takes. In my book, they are stupid takes. The things you should never do is to waste your time listening to Mayegun when you know already that is going to use your politics, your political players, the actors, dead and alive, their policies, their political parties. I am going to use your elite, their actions, and everything they do, how they have contributed to the backwardness that we are all suffering from. Then I'm going to end it with, why do you want to keep it? So if you still don't get that after all these years, I don't know what I will tell you. I talk about all your politicians and their actions. You know why? Because I am interested in convincing you to stop wasting your time and dreaming that maybe there is this unity lacking. There is this blah, blah, blah lacking. Therefore, Nigeria is still going to work if we work together. You see, I want to convince you that don't waste your time. That's what I do on Mayegun's Diary Political. Because everything they still do in that place affects us, even if we want something out of the place. Yes, we don't have that yet. Yes, we haven't gotten that yet. But when you brought in Boko Haram and poverty increased, insecurity increased, Japa increased, where those affected the same people who were shouting change, change, or next devil. So you need to understand how the world works, okay? And save yourself some stress, okay? Don't come here and start acting like you are surprised. This Mayegun, I don't even know what this Mayegun wants. Why are you pretending? Why are you pretending that you don't know what Mayegun wants? This Mayegun is confused. He doesn't know what he wants to do. Oh, because you just found a new lover. Yeah? There have been people who loved Boko Haram. They love him with passion. They have been on Mayegun's Diary Political for more than 7 years. They are here. There are people who love Kolu. They love him so much that they are here on Mayegun's Diary Political. So nothing really changes other than when you make your decisions. We have gotten to a state to make you remember that there are consequences. Unfortunately, the consequences of your decisions are not limited to you. So when they share your blame later, I beg, not they come to Mayegun's Diary Political, can't they act like, say, waiting Mayegun, they surprise you. Why are you acting like you are surprised? Don't be. Let's continue. But I love this. I love the fact that you are putting up a fight against a system that you believe that the people rejected by PDP or people benched. You see, PDP, like APC, they benched their supposed best for their relics. Because Nigeria is a place where the system will always give you the worst of the worst. They will constantly you choose. Now there you go, can say, oh, I will choose this one. God will leave our destiny in your hand, Abby. So if you go to APC, no, not the same thing. Call you somebody with no field flag. Somebody with the, But they believe strongly it's going to change the whole country and the rest of that. So that's what you have. Unfortunately, it is what you have to money. But others feel like no. We can always make another difference because, especially those of you who feel like, yeah, Labour, thank you for. PDP, thank you for rejecting these people. Don't always forget that. Don't try to. You see, the problem is that when people say, they are this and so, Baba, nobody they fight you, man, auntie. Calm down. Nobody they fight you. Okay, don't turn around later and say, hey, see what they do, because you know what? Now the system, and in 2014, 2015, Atiku, Tambua, Amechi, Tifnumbu, Dinomelaye, Saraki, some of the PDP governors, some of the PDP senators, your royal fathers, your religious leaders, all of them, they in jump ship. They say they won't save Nigeria. They can't give you Bokwari. 7 years down the line, they say Bokwari can be like leprosy. That's where we get leprosy. Everybody they run from. But the same people will force Bokwari on you or sold him to you, they have scattered everywhere now. They say they won't save. So, not too carried away. So don't be offended. And if you are offended, well, manage them. Tifnumbu de France. Tifnumbu is currently in France. They are sharing Nigeria. In part, if I become president, what would you like to take? Say, Baba, now that at this Niger Delta, I won't be a state. You know what I mean? They are sharing your existence in France right now. High profile billionaires, all of them, Shaguri brothers, then they share out and go divide the territory when they conquer them. And as we speak, they are not joking. That's why the team, they left Bokwari. They left Tifnumbu in France. And they tracked with a Wike down to Port Harcourt. But before then, do you know that with a Wike already met with Tifnumbu in France, where they didn't publicize that one. But they said it was a rumor. Forget it. Even Sheyi Makinde is working for Tifnumbu in what we have been told. Well, don't hold me for it. Your election is just 6 months, I'll be 7 months away. You can hold your breath until then. So they said that with a Wike met with Tifnumbu in France, or maybe not Tifnumbu people go meet with a Wike in Turkey. They shall meet. Let's say the final one is to say, okay, welcome to Nigeria. We don't receive the news that they pick Atiku call anymore. Atiku, they Dubai, currently also sharing your territory, sharing your resources, sharing your state, even sharing some of you as those who are going to be shared as part of the whole booty when they take over your Nigeria. That's how it works, by the way. So it's just what it is. So Atiku's delegated people to go and talk to Wike. Wike, calm down. No, they vex like that. Say no easy. Wike actually spent a lot of money. But Tambua just gave a fast and the rest is history. Now another, they duped, they scammed Wike twice. The second one was the fact that Atiku put together a team to go and look for vice president for him. Yeah. So the team, 17 people, including governors, they came back. They said, 14 of them said, use Wike as your vice. Mo will take cure Were. Because people like say this Wike go face Tifnumbu and all of them. And because Atiku could understand the fact that if you have an ambitious vice president, the way he was to Obasanjo, I'm on dead, na die. He decided to go and pick Okowa. Somebody who the committee put together by Atiku did not choose. Wahala constant. Where Wike come book appointment, say won't go holiday for Turkey. And say nowhere, nothing is still covered, by the way. So people just try to say, people just always praise that this thing where my going to talk, may God just make sure say no be true. There are people who are watching me right now. He's lying. You know why they believe that I'm lying? It's because what I'm saying right now better not be true. You better just remain that it's just a pure parlor talk. Baba, but the inside of them, they are praying and saying, Your mom, I just hope say this will not be true. I just hope say this will not be true. Wike hurting, hungry, telling people closer to him that Atiku will never be president. They should forget it. That instead of Atiku to be president, he will work with Tifnumbu. For those who hear that one, they can't arrange that Wike and Tifnumbu should meet. So they met outside Nigeria. And when Wike returned to Nigeria, Atiku come put delegation together to go and beg Wike. Atiku still did Dubai, oh. He still did Dubai, so you are watching, oh. He never come around, oh. They say Wike no pick call. Why Wike come pick APC, Ebekegbe's call? And the same way Wike also picked Peter Obi calls. I don't understand. I just want you to begin to put together all these pieces, okay? Me, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying put all of this together so that tomorrow, go and say, hey, my chest, so say, wait up, mama. They say we the wicked or they support Tinubu. Which waiting be all of this to real law? It's because you are not paying attention. That's why on the other side, even me, I dey pray, say, make this Peter Obi movement, make the thing work. The same way I was praying that the NSAS youth who protested against police brutality, corruption, high-handedness, and then all of that in 2020. As a day here, they say, oh yeah, you're right, it's your right, fight for it. This establishment are not going to take it, so they will kill you. They will do, but no agree. We were coordinating all over the place, and when the system came and come crashing, and like this, everybody, hey, they don't kill them. Shut that one a live bullet, I've been a fake bullet. Hey, they don't kill them. Everybody they watch it, hey, they don't kill them. 200 people see this video. Jesus Christ, that's the system. But we thought the system could probably see reasons. So you see, that's why on this side, some people like us are like, okay, make your Peter Obi work, because the way the establishment is working, you can see where the Wike fighting screaming on TV. The youth, the Southern Nigeria, we know. Na lie, okay? It's about interest, okay? It's not about any service or anything back to anybody. Do you get that now? So the Peter Obi has alternatives for many of you. And they pray for you, may you walk. Oh. You know why I'm praying? It's because I don't want to tell you, say, no, go walk again. Because that one be like, they make me feel like, make you not like me. Won't like me, but it don't really matter. But I can just say, make it work, make a pray than to just say, it's not going to work. Tifnumbu de France, Atiku de Dubai, but their agents, then they work with camera. And this time around, where the Wike is the darling, the beautiful bride to the power tussle for your 2023 charade. Maybe not for anything, but at least.
You carry camera come. Why you carry camera come there? I beg. We can.
say they were the now which are my help in London?
London via Turkey.
Now this can't be in now. We get.
I don't see my brother. Are you going to introduce her? No, we're all family. We're all family.
Very much
Which call?
Not from my your chairman.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
See how they joyously and all of that, you know. Now your destiny. Now in there they take negotiate so directly or indirectly, they have something to say to you and say it is for the interest of the southern Nigeria. Yeah, interest of you. So that is where the obedience comes in. Like, no, we can go collect. Well, good enough. We shall see. Because even in Southwest, we have in Yoruba land, we have the Yorubas who believe that Tifnumbu betrayed us. Or the Yorubas who knows that Tifnumbu betrayed Yoruba people. And he continued to betray the Yoruba people. Now, to further insult the Yoruba people, Tifnumbu and his gang, after what they have done to the Yoruba land, they tagged their own swagger, Yoruba agenda, Emilokon. They say Emilokon. So which is also going to pit, or they are going to work to pit the Yorubas against other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, especially the Igbos. So the battle line is going to be, it's not going to be about competency, about, it is going to be about how many of you can drain or draw blood more than yourself, and who is going to survive. And I ask myself, so what, Yesha? But people are not hiding it. So for some of you who might think there are, because of Tifnumbu, there are Yorubas who are also going to become or join the bandwagon of ethnic bigots. Yorubas are very smart. Let me tell you something, right? You see, poverty has done a number on us, just like what is done to Nigerians. Okay, poverty has done a number on our people. But even with that, there are still reasonable people who make decisions not because of what they want to eat, but on so many standard what do you call it? Sort of a standard measurement before they don't take anything below. Still, even if they are not rich, and there are others who are very, very vocal. Those who knows that the same Tifnumbu who kept quiet for 7 years when terrorists invaded Yoruba land and stayed. So we are not forgetful. The people they killed at Lekki toll gate, they are not just from, what do you call it? They are not just Lagosians. So there are Yorubas there, there are Igbos there, there are other people from other tribes from all over Nigeria there. But do you know that those who are Yorubas, especially when they were doing the NSAS, what do you call it, their NSAS, whatever, at the time, that tribunal, whatever they call it then, there are families who didn't even make it to that tribunal. as well. And for that massacre that happened during the NSAS protest, Yoruba parents who suffered it as well, who knows the role Tifnumbu played, they can never be blackmailed into seeing Tifnumbu as anything. Then the Yorubas who have seen the light of the fraudulent arrangement called Nigeria, and they are demanding for a renegotiation that would eventually lead to the emergence of Yoruba nation, our own country. These Yorubas have seen the silence of Tifnumbu. In fact, these Yorubas have seen the underhand dealings of Tifnumbu to destroy that noble, legitimate idea of Yoruba independence, simply because he wants to be president of all over Nigeria. So there are Yorubas that are not ashamed or afraid. Why would you be ashamed anyway? Sorry, I shouldn't use that word. They are not afraid. They are courageous enough to tell you that the injustice in Nigeria that is tearing Nigeria apart, Tifnumbu is part of them. And as Yorubas, we are never going to be in the same camp with the selfish, rogues like that. There's one here. If you don't understand Yoruba, somebody will do an interpretation for you. Listen to a bit of this.
Iṣẹ́ ṣe jọba láyé yín, iṣẹ́ ṣe wù yín jọrọ̀ lọ́nà. Àwọn ń pariwo nítorí pé a mọ̀ wípé ìwà ẹranko náà ń wù sí yín, ìwà èèyàn gidi náà ń wù sáwà níbi táwa yìí. Bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pa wá fọlẹ̀ fóyìnbó ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ òyìnbó la wá ṣe. Ó pè wá. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ aráalé, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣẹrú, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣọmọ ọ̀dọ̀, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń kúkú ìyà dànù, ẹ̀ ń kúkú ebi, àwọn ọmọ yín ò rí bìgbà, ẹ̀yin gan ò rí bìgbà. Ẹ tọrọ owó, gbogbo yín doníbàárà. Ọ̀rọ̀ délẹ̀ tẹ́ máa fi yọra yín kúrò nínú rádaràda. Àti nílé àtàlejò àti baálé ilé àti ìyálé ilé, gbogbo yín wá pariwo èmi lẹ́kàn, Yorùbá ló kàn. Àdìbò tribe. Ìbò ẹni tó máa tún Nàìjíríà ṣe torí wa ò ní burú, òun la fẹ́ dì. Àwa ọmọ Yorùbá la fẹ́ lọ, Tinubu ò sáyẹ̀nsì fún wa pé ká lọ. Kò gbèjà wa pé wọ́n ń pa wá. Àwọn àgbààgbà tí bàbá mọ̀nà lé wọ́n sìn, ó mọ bẹ̀ ńgbà náà, bá mi Tinubu, ó mọ bẹ̀. Kó lọ ṣèpàdé wípé kí la ṣe máa ṣe security ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí wọ́n ní rí wa pamọ́. Gbogbo àwọn Yorùbá kan wá ń sunkún, àwọn ló kàn. Ìmí ìtì ẹ̀ tún máa lórí láyà kẹ́ ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹni tó bá pe fóònù mi tó bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ dọ̀rọ̀dọ̀, màá wọ̀n fún ni. Ẹ̀yin wo ló kàn? Níbo ló ti kàn yín? Àbí ṣe kàn ẹ́ àti ìyà? Tinubu fọmọ ẹ̀gẹ̀ yà lọ́jà. Kò ṣe wá mú ẹ, èmi ló kàn. Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ dìdìrìn, àwọn òpònú, ayé radarada, kò sí ohun tẹ́ ẹ wúlò fún. Èkó ti di mẹ́ta, òtẹ́ ìbá mọ̀ ń pẹ́. Èkó ti di mẹ́ta. Èkó tálákà, Èkó lówó, Èkó áfírèjì. Àwa ti kàn tún ní tálákà. Àwọn ti áfírèjì ní Gbàgádà, Ìkẹjà nkankan. Èkó lówó ni Èkó bọ́dílọ̀m. Ṣé bó ṣe yẹ kó rí nìyẹn? Ìlú òyìnbó tí mo wà yìí títí dẹnu ọ̀nà lémi ilé káńsù mo dẹ̀ ń gbé. Ọlọ́run ò ní fi re fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin rádaràda tẹ́ tún fẹ́ sọ̀pọ̀tì wọn pé òun ló kàn. Níbo ló ti kàn? Kò kàn o. Òbí lèmi máa dìbò fún ọmọ Ìgbò, ọmọ ọ̀nà. Ẹni tó bá ti máa tún Nàìjíríà, mi ìdìbò fún PDP, mi ìdìbò fún APC, mi ìdìbò fún party individual tó ní good record, ó lè bí máa dìbò fún. Tinubu ló kàn, Tinubu kàn, tinú omi labúlabú ni. Gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ló fi síbẹ̀, ṣé gbogbo wọn kọ́ ló ń gba rìtọ́ọ̀nù lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀? Kí ló ní kó tó di gọ́vnà? Yorùbá ló nìtàn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń pàtó fáwọn Yíbò pé wọ́n ṣe gbá wọn dalẹ̀, wọ́n ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà la máa pàtó fẹ́yìn náà. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ ló kàn, òbí ló kàn.
Oh God, I caught that. See, I caught that on Twitter, and it's quite interesting. It's very long, but that part is where she was very specific, and somehow that maybe the part where she said she's supporting Obi and all of that is what is a bit different from my own position. I said, if your Nigeria is working, listen to this. If your one Nigeria unity jargons that they are professing is working, right? Since 1999, when they denied MKO Abiola his mandate in 1993, and he died. When they were doing their power share negotiation, this and that, they all agreed that if we want to keep this Nigeria, with what has happened to the Yorubas, with the level of the political awareness and mobilization, Yorubas are going to break away from Nigeria soon. And that will be the end of it. So they all came together, these rogues. They agreed. They even have to go and bring, no, they are not interested in Yoruba as a people, okay? But for the political permutation to work, so they decided that the power should go to Yoruba land. And specifically to somebody who they could trust, Obasanjo. And they ensured that all political parties in 1998, 1999, they adopted the Yorubas as their candidates. I'm not joking. There are other parties who presented other candidates. But you see, that time, 1999, you could tell it was a sort of handwritten book that this is how we're going to do this, including the constitution. Nobody had to say. It was all scripted. Bola Ige, who became the chieftain of AD. It was Bola Ige, who was part of those who founded the PDP. It was Bola Ige who also participated in founding AD. The first constitution of PDP was written by Bola Ige and the others. So it was all scripted according to the military then. So Yoruba must be this, just to keep Nigeria one. It wasn't about anybody's affair. They had to go and bring Obasanjo from prison. No structure, no nothing, no. We are going and bring him from death row. So I said it many times. I said, if all of you now won't stop lying to yourselves, you have been independent for how many years now? 62 years. For that 62 years, there is this unwritten code that anyone from the eastern part of Nigeria would never be democratically or by coup or by anything become the president of Nigeria. It is real. And it is one of the reasons why the Biafrans who have come under the tribal profiling for years. See, so many people who are watching me right now will tell you, I used to look at the Igbos like this before. And you will see some of my Biafran brothers who will say, I used to see the Yorubas as this before. That was the norm. For 62 years till now, they have been profiling them. And other part of Nigeria never seen it as anything wrong. It's just like, oh, are you an Igbo man? Oh, an Igbo man. So they said they were leaving. And then they said, no, they can't leave. Do you understand that now? So they said, we are going to leave Nigeria if we are never going to be part of the whole thing. And they said, no, you can't leave. Oh. They killed over 5 million of them just to keep them as part of Nigeria, but never to mean anything in Nigeria except what or where they put them. Do you see what the underdevelopment did to them? It's not even about power. Do you know the damages? It's not even about power. It's not about who become president or not. It is about the intentional underdevelopment of Eastern Nigeria, which is like the state policy in Nigeria. And it doesn't matter. Even if you bring somebody from Niger Delta to be president of Nigeria, it would never, it is unwritten. It's like that. So they said they were leaving. What do you do if you want to prove to them that Nigeria is one? What is wrong with all of your power brokers, uneducated, one Nigerianist? If you all agree that an Igbo man should be, okay, to show that Nigeria is still one, do the same thing like you did for Abiola's the Yorubas. And that was then. They have to fight for it. You think you are smart, Abi? They have to fight for it. And at the same time, your one Nigeria is stereotyping them. Many of you, your election that you are going to do now is going to be about what? It's going to be about tribe, even though you are pretending about your one Nigeria. That is where I'm different, okay? I don't lie to myself. And I hate it when people lie to themselves and they pretend that they are not lying to themselves. Nigeria is not one, okay? Now, the Biafrans that said they are living, you said you should keep them. So if you want to prove to everybody that Nigeria is one, all of you are one and all of that, what you should do is that you will give your presidency, you will give your government and every other thing. you will give it to the people of Eastern Nigeria. That is the fairness in it. In 62 years, so listen, 62 years, Northern Nigeria, they have ruled Nigeria for 49 years now. Well, maybe we should calculate the Southerner, who have been in charge of Nigeria, military or civilian, okay? Goodluck Egbere Jolantan used 5 years. Oban Paro Obasanjo, his military era was 3 years. His civilian time was 8 years. That's 11 years. Add down to that of Goodluck Egbere Jolantan, 16 years. Abi? Remind me somebody who also came from Southern Nigeria who ever touched the power as well and all of that stuff. So you can put Agoye Rossi and then Shonekon together, you get 1 year. So what do you get? 17 years. 17 years minus 62 years, or 62 minus 17. What do you get? 45 years, Abi. By next year, it will be 46 years. That Northern Nigeria, they have been leading Nigeria. And South, in this, the Yorubas, we have had a chance of, how many? 11 years. In the 62 years of existence of Nigeria. What about the Biafrans, the Igbos? 0. So if you want to preach one Nigeria, that includes that we are all one, we should be like this or that, then there shouldn't be anything wrong in letting an Igbo man be your president, Abi. But we all know, say, una no be one Nigeria. Una be all of una to deceive on ourselves. Now you all have different definition of one Nigeria, Abi. So make una continue deceiving yourselves. So there are Yorubas who see things the way I just explained to you right now. And some of them, when you tell them no election, they will tell you, no, I'm going to do election. That's why I said, there's no point in coming to Mayegun's Diary Political and think I have the capacity to tell you what to do or not, because you're still going to do what you're going to do. I'm a Yoruba man who knows that you don't tell people what to do, except if you are feeding them, like the politicians are doing, to those they call their ready-made voters, the ones they give rice to, the ones they give a rapper to, the ones they give 500 and the rest of that too. Yeah, you can tell them what to do, but as a Yoruba man, from where I grew up, and as I grew up, I know, say, an enlightened, educated Yoruba man, you can't tell him what to do, except he wants to really do it. And that's the fact that there are Yorubas who are never going to buy into a Milokon nonsense. Because to some of us, we know that whatever is being done to us today, the poverty that our people are facing in Yoruba land, the insecurity we are facing, the joblessness that our young people are facing in Yoruba land, they couldn't have happened to us if those who are also Yorubas in charge of Yoruba land politically, economically, and otherwise, if they never allowed Nigeria to happen to us, if they ever stood up for us at any point in time, maybe, just maybe, that your sister will not die on her way to Libya. That your young brother, that your son, your daughter, they will not be trafficked into different places all over the world where somehow, the frustration in Nigeria that kicked them out, they are now preferring it to the life they are now being exposed to all over the world. Do you understand that now? There are people in charge of Yoruba land. They speak Yoruba, okay? They dress like us. They worship like us. They do everything like us. Yes, they are called the elite, the political class, the religious class, the business class, all of them in Yoruba land, especially the ones that are so entitled. They love to be called excellencies, honorables, distinguished, and all those names that doesn't fit. Criminals in Agbada, criminals in tinted bulletproof vehicles, driving about in the slum they have created. They are Yorubas. Whatever we are experiencing today that you are reacting to today, as a Yoruba man in Yoruba land, I want you to know that they will never have happened to you or happened to us if those who are representing us in the projects Nigeria, if they ever cared about us. I mean, if it is not about food, if it is not about themselves, trust me, we would never have come this worse But under that, some of us still have our senses and we can still make rational decisions. Come on, man. There are people that will never, ever bow for tribal, what do you call it? Profiling and every other thing that they have used in the past to keep Nigeria one, as you have seen. I got one of these from Oshun. Let me see if I still have a clip. This is what they say when they say they are speaking for Yoruba. They are fighting for Yoruba. I am talking about the Weres that will do this just for one Nigeria, so to say, where they share food. They share. I'm trying to get to that clip, but I think I have missed it, but I won't need it anyway. But there are many people who believe that you see this Nigeria now inequality, the impunity in the system, the turn by turn mentality is why the Yorubas will continue to suffer under this arrangement. And except something is done, we can consider ourselves doomed in this contraption. So even in the whole scenario, there are people that will still feel like equity, justice, fairness can still at least salvage the situation, and people can possibly drop their daggers and discuss if they still want to continue with this or not. Me, I will stop here and then I will take calls. Okay. But before we do that, I'm going to go make my tea again. It's becoming the norm. So if you have been with me all night, you can still like this video if you want. You can still subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and if you want. And then if you have other things, any other serious things to do, as some would say, at this point, you have done well. So you can excuse yourself, or if you think you have something to add too, you can pick up your phone, okay, and be part of this. The number is on the screen. I will take some calls tonight. But let me go make myself some cup of tea. Let me go make myself a refill. And when I get back, we'll continue.